Hi everyone, how are you all? Welcome to Sapna's class. I hope you all are doing great. So, today we are going to learn the topic fiber to fabric. In this session, we are going to learn about introduction, then types of fibers, that are natural fiber and artificial fibers. Say, you all know that food, clothing, and shelters are the three basic needs of life. What are the basic needs of life? Food, clothing, and shelter. We eat food to survive and protect ourselves from disease. We need a house to live in. Why do we wear the clothes? Have you ever thought of? We wear the clothes to for protection against climate, for modesty and beauty, of course. Everyone wants to look beautiful, and also to show status. The material that we use for clothing is called fabric. If you go to a shop to buy fabric for your dress, you would see a variety of fabrics there. Do you wonder what these fabrics are made of? How you get variety in fabrics? Why are some materials warm, some soft, and others rough? Why do some materials go bad after washing while other remains in the same? Let us try to find out the answer of all these questions in this chapter. Do you know what fabrics are made of? If you want to know what fabrics are made of, quickly we'll do one activity. Take a cloth and pull out a thread. And twist to loosen this thread. You will see that it is made up of smaller threads or hair like strand. Pull out one of these. The single hair like strand is called a fiber. So, what is a fiber? A fiber is a hair like strand from which all fabrics are made. Now, we can classify the fibers in two categories: natural fibers or artificial fibers. Now, what are natural fibers? Some fibers are obtained from natural sources, that is, from plants and animals. Fibers from such sources are called natural fibers because they exist in the nature only. Some examples of fibers from natural sources are cotton, jute, silk, wool, etc. Then, what are man-made fibers? The other type of fibers are obtained from chemical substances. Naturally, they are man-made, artificial. These are called man-made fibers or artificial fibers. They are, what are the some examples of the man-made fibers? They are rayon, polyester, nylon, acrylic. Now here quickly I'll show you I'll give you one question. Solve it out. Classify the following fibers as man-made and natural. First one, nylon, wool, cotton, silk, polyester, rayon, acrylic, jute. Have you understood what you had to do? You had to classify them as fibers as man-made and natural. Now the next, again you will do one small activity. You have to tell whether it is true or false. State whether the following are true or false and correct the false statement. Fiber is the basic unit of all fabrics. Jute is the outer covering of coconut. Jute is the outer covering of coconut. And the third one, silk is prepared from the stem of a plant. The next, polyester is a natural fiber. Have you all noted down? Now, the next in the natural fiber, we get from the plants or we get from the animals. So what are animal fibers? Now you all know wool is obtained from the fleece. What do you mean by fleece? Hair. Hair of sheep or yak. Silk fibers come from cocoons of the silk moth. Do you know which part of the sheep's body yields fibers? Are you aware how these fibers are converted into the woolen yarn that we buy from the market to knit sweater? Do you have any idea how silk fibers are made into silk, which is woven into saris? When we talk about the silk, when I say silk, what comes in your mind? Silk saris, traditional silk saris, isn't it? So have you ever thought, have you got this idea how silk fibers are made into silk, which is woven into saris? Let us see. First we will see wool. How do we obtain the wool from the sheep? Wool comes from not only from sheep, goat, it also we can obtain it also from goat, yak and some other animals, camels, etc. These wool yielding animals bear hair on their body. Why do you think these animals bear hair on their body? Here we will do one small activity. Feel the hair on your body and arms and those on your head. Do you find any difference? Which one seems coarse and which one is soft? The hairy skin of the sheep has two types that forms its fleece. The coarse beard hair and the fine soft under hair close to the skin. The fine hair provide the fibers for making wool. Some needs of sheep possess only fine under hair. Their parents are specially chosen birth to sheep which have only soft under hair. This process of selecting parents for obtaining special characters in their offspring, such as soft under hair in sheep, is called selective breeding. What it is called? It is called selective breeding, in which the parents are selected for the soft under hair to give the birth. The fleece of sheep is not the only source of wool. Wool is also, as I had told you, wool is also obtained from goat hair. The under fur of Kashmiri goat is soft. It is woven into fine shawls called pashmina shawls. It is very famous. You might have heard about the pashmina silk. The fur or the hair on the body of camels is also used as wool. Again, one activity, you have note down this activity, you have to do this. Collect pictures of animals whose hair is used as wool. stick them in your notebook. What you have to do, you have to collect some pictures of animals whose hair is used as wool, and then you have to stick them in your notebook. Now see, the wool which is used are now we will learn about the wool processing steps. There are some steps to commercial fiber processing. First step, it is shearing. What it is called? Shearing means shaving the hair from the sheep's body. Then the next step is scouring, the removal of all impurities from the grease wool using water detergent and sometimes a mild alkali. Then first one shearing, then scouring, then after that drying. The amount of water held by the wool is reduced to below 15%. Moisture in wool is removed by hot, dry air blown through the wool prior to being exhausted from the dryer. Then sorting. The hairy skin is sent to a factory where hair of different textures are separated or sorted. Then carding. The woolen fibers are disentangled and straightened into a continuous form. Then combing, spinning and weaving. Then the next topic is yarns. Do you remember pulling a thread from a cloth and opening it? Yes, you found hair-like fibers. That thread which was made of fibers is called yarn. So what is called yarn? The thread which was made of fibers is called yarn. Yarns are made up of a number of fibers twisted together. Fibers are thin and small, cannot be made into a fabric directly. So they are first converted into yarns which are longer, thicker and stronger. We use these ones to make fabrics. A yarn is a continuous strand made up of a number of fibers which are twisted together. Now yarn making, we will see the process. The process of making yarn from fibers is called spinning. Here the fibers are not only twisted but also pulled out or drawn. The spinning process helps to hold the fibers together and makes the yarns strong, smooth and fine. Spinning can be done by using a spindle, a charkha or a spinning machine. Do you remember when I say the word charkha? Charkha, Mahatma Gandhi's charkha. Do you remember that? Now, quickly you will do an assessment here. State whether the following are true or false. First one, yarn is made of a number of fibers. Next, spinning is a process of making fibers. Spinning increases the strength of yarns. Twisting increases the strength of the yarns. Smoothness of a yarn depends on twisting of the fibers. That's all for today's session. In the next session, we will study how the silk is obtained from silk moth. Thank you.